freeze. Green means go.
Closed captioning brought to you by Mesobook.com.
If you or a loved one have mesothelioma, we'll send you a free book to answer questions you may have. Call now and we'll come to you.
800-821-4000.
Qatari mediators say drafts for a possible deal between the U.S. and Iran are being circulated, but in the critical Strait of Hormuz, tensions are continuing to grow. Iran is threatening to attack the U.S. Navy if Washington continues its blockade of Iranian ports, and that threat follows President Trump's own warning to Tehran that this is the country's last chance to sign a deal. Kristen Holmes is at the White House, and Kristen, Secretary of State Marco Rubio says progress is being made, but nothing final here. What can you tell us?
Yeah, no finality were the words he used when it came to free passage in the Strait of Hormuz. One of the things that he said is that there are ships still going through, but obviously we know from just our own observation, from keeping track of the ships going through, it is few and far between. It is not what they want, which again is a free open passageway in the Strait of Hormuz. Now, President Trump, Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent, they all said that there would likely be a deal as early as today. Unclear if that's still going to happen as of this moment. As you noted, we have Iran on the other side of this, threatening that U.S. naval blockade, saying he's going to attack the U.S. Navy, or they're going to attack the U.S. Navy. This is a critical point here, because within these U.S. official conversations that I'm having and that are happening privately, they do believe that the blockade on the Strait of Hormuz is one of their most powerful assets. So they're going to be not inclined to remove the blockade until they have a full commitment from Iran in order to reopen the strait and actually have this free passageway through here. Now, Qatar has said that there is a lot of progress being made behind the scenes, but really, Brianna, I mean, the thing to note here, what they're talking about is a very short stopgap. They're looking for something that is just over a short amount of time to get these partners or parties back to the negotiating table. Right now, there are no direct talks between the United States and Iran, and mediators behind the scenes are working to try to get those talks started again. It really does feel, from talking to U.S. officials, that we are back at square one in terms of talking about the MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding, and its core tenets, even if they aren't actually talking about the piece of paper they signed.
Yeah. Kristen Holmes, thank you so much for the latest there from the White House. Still to come, a push to regulate AI taking center stage as the White House meets with top tech companies about reviewing advanced models before they're released.
Decades in Sports, Sunday at 9 on CNN and next day on the CNN app.
Our brains are incredible, but memory can get complicated. That's why scientists developed Nariva Memory 3D with clinically tested ingredients to support 3 dimensions of your memory. Take it from me. An elephant never forgets. Remember Nariva.
Save up to 76% on select styles of beautiful new carpet or flooring. Plus, we'll beat any competitor's offer, guaranteed. Visit EmpireToday.com or call
800-588-2300 Today.
Dale, you really need to get that colon cancer screening.
Yeah, it's been forever.
Dale, we can do it with just a blood test. Shield.
Shield is for people 45 plus at average risk, not high risk for colon cancer. Ask your doctor about FDA-approved Shield.
In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might